Hello, YouTube. What's going on? So, Ebony K. Williams. Those who don't know, Ebony K. Williams is a American lawyer, and I believe she was on some co-host shows as well with Fox. And she's a millionaire and author. And recently, she's just been on the news and the media about her comments about, just really talking about, I guess, black empowerment. And she was talking about, women empowerment and the issues, highlighting the little issues of the black community when she was with Ayana. And I watched the whole interview. It's an exclusive interview, 25 minutes long on YouTube. And Ayana, she's a successful co-host and an American lawyer as well, so they were speaking the same language. And they was really discussing how she was believed that women are, specifically black women, are outpacing black men when it comes to achieving academic success. I mean, believe that like 2 to 1. It's a 2 to 1 ratio that you got black women are graduated from HBCUs compared to black men as 1 and 2, and then 20% single black mothers are actually buying more homes than black men. And she said this is like a little issue here. I feel like the roles are reversed. You got black women are like men in skirts. And it was really going to a lot of these details and talk about a little bit of abortion. But when Yana just brought up, hey, we're talking about, oh, actually, Ebony was going to discussing about with the advice you can give, as far as like career wise, because she said that based on her dating pool, she's almost 40 years old. She will turn 40 in September, and she's just been having a lack of success as far as dating someone in her pool, right, when it comes to the classism and things of that nature, right? So she's an accomplished woman, super educated. And Yana brought up the comment like, okay, so would you date a bus driver? And Ebony Williams was like, she hesitated for a minute and said that, hey, unless he owns the bus. Unless he owns the bus. And so this Rihanna was like kind of stopping her, and she was verifying her statement, stating that, well, okay, what about this bus driver is a man of integrity. He's he's a good family man. He treats you right. He treats his mother right. Came from a good home. And yeah, he loved driving that bus. He has a passion, and he's making legitimate income. Now, to Ebony Williams' defense, she did not, crap on him. She's just basically, she didn't elaborate. And I just felt like her delivery wasn't the best. And so therefore you have a lot of people, especially in the black pill section, in the black manosphere section, men, they were saying like, okay, well, maybe she's going ahead and disrespecting the working class people. Now I look at this too, right? She doesn't own Fox News. I don't know if she owns her own law firm, maybe, but the thing is that if you want, I feel like it's just a lot of men don't really make like 6 figures like that. Even then, like bus driving, I mean, yeah, it may be it's an essential job, yes, and it's according to her standards, she believes it's a mediocre job. But you got people who maybe working on starting their own business, working on doing certain things, right? And I know she addressed these types of her statements on the Breakfast Club, and I'm glad that Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, DJ Envy, they kind of went back and forth, and the platform invited Ebony Williams to go ahead and elaborate most on these, because when she was Ayana, she didn't really do that too much. And she was basically stating that her passion is, she loved black ownership. She loves going ahead and black entrepreneurship. In order for black America to liberate themselves, they need to go ahead and just earn as much money as possible. They need to be entrepreneurs and create an inheritance. Okay, she said you can't do that with just essential jobs or with a mediocre job. So someone who works those type of jobs are not like average, but she believes that you should have multiple streams of income. And it's just a way for us to, she's passionate, is just a way for us to go ahead and create a legacy. And I believe in her mind that it's really hard for her to build with someone that maybe just having a central job. Because Yana, she was like, I can build with somebody that's a bus driver, or that's a plumber, and even though she may make a lot more money than that man, but she would still put herself into submission and yield to his authority to go ahead and create something new. And I just think that with Ebony Williams, yeah, she's a smart, intelligent woman, and I'm not going to shame her. That's her preference. She probably wants someone that's have a little bit more higher education, or that's a little bit more professional because of the type of class and status that she makes. But at the same time, your blessing may come to someone who actually works a job that makes $40,000-$50,000 a year. You never know. Sometimes we have this fantasy. A lot of women have this fantasy of these men, like, I want this man to be this certain height, he gotta have this type of status, and that man might not be for you. Okay, they might be out there, but then not be for you in the long run. And I think this is probably one of the reasons why maybe she's still single, because I know she dated her fiance, which was like, he was white, and I believe they broke up because he decided to quarantine with his kids. And it was just some of the stuff. People believe that she was saying it was kind of condescending when she was comparing C's and D's, people who earning these type of mediocre grades according to the academic standards. Okay, if that's all you can do, then hey, good on you. But she just believes that, how can we be exceptional? And people was thinking like, what do you mean by exceptional? She said multiple streams of income. She said you can be a nurse driving for Uber. I know that she was really influenced by her mom. Her mom, started her CDL. And then she worked at UPS. She was doing deliveries, taking care of her. And on the side too, she was going to acquire skill trade in cosmetology. And she believed that if her brother, it's a he work at a grocery store, but next he's saving money, he going to be an electrician, then he's going to be a plumber. She was like, okay, I like that, that's exceptional. So I see where she was coming from. It's a little bit inspiring on that end, that she want, like, hey, I want black men to continuously to maximize their skill set. That's what she said in the Breakfast Club. You go ahead and watch it. But I just think that the delivery was just a little off, though. At the time, she was like, okay, well, unless he got on the bus. And that's just, people felt like, that was a little bit more disingenuous, okay, going in. Because, this whole commotion, because I had to really listen to like 2 or 3 different interviews. And I get it. Some people might not have the resources, or they might not understand, like, hey, maybe one day, okay, I'm a dishwasher at the restaurant, but they might not even know that they can actually own a restaurant, or they don't know the process of doing that. It doesn't mean that they're mediocre, but it's probably just a lack of resources, lack of capital. But I mean, she said that if you can still achieve greatness, you have to be wanting to go ahead and accept and just be great. Like, go ahead and achieve as much as possible, maximizing your potential. And I believe in her end, she see a man that's doing that, that's striving and had those different aspirations, and doing multiple things. She's like, okay, well, that's a little bit successful. But my thing is, though, being exceptional, that's cool. I mean, it are some brothers that's out there too. But my thing is too, like, if you run to a brother, though, working at 7-Eleven, or work like an essential job that we need, because I know y'all brought, like, I need, so we need these people to go ahead and deliver the milk and the goods to our supermarkets that we go to every single day on a day-to-day basis. And that's what he wants to do, that he's passionate about. He still has good quality. She said just look past the profession and have qualities. So they had like different definitions, though, because Ayana said she was a terrible mother in the sense of not being nurturing. She didn't know how to be nurtured. She had to be independent. So she was a great father because she was more direct, but she had to understand that it pretty much wasn't her role, though. Her role was to, be a nurturer as a mother, and she needed a man to do that and to carry the weight. And, just seeing, like, women, beautiful women like Eboni Williams, just, I know she accomplished a lot, went to law school in New Orleans. I mean, very intelligent woman and author. She probably one of her brothers is on her level. And, my thing is, like, I didn't really take too offense. This is just my personal opinion. I know some people did, but I didn't take too offense of what she was stating. She did, like, explain a little bit more, and I get what she was saying on the Breakfast Club. So I'm not gonna crap on her on that, though. It was just some things I disagree with. Like, if someone makes average grades, B's, C's, D's, like, okay, you're not maximizing your potential. But school really doesn't measure your intelligence. This is measure your your effort. You got people who get mediocre grades, right, and they end up becoming multimillionaires, or they end up getting trades and doing great things in their community, compared to someone who got all A's and achieved, and then they graduate and they just working regular jobs, compared to the one who didn't do too well in school. So it's just some of those things, that was a little bit condescending, but it was a good intellectual conversation. And I'm just glad that DJ Envy and the correlation between them, they was going back and forth. He was getting kind of heated, a little offended, because he was saying, like, my dad, he was a mechanic, he was in the military, the law enforcement. I mean, and she was like, okay, in that definition, he's exceptional. So in a way though, I can't really say she's putting down black men. I could be reading this wrong, but this is just my personal opinion on this whole matter here. So but with Ebony Williams, man, I mean, I'm looking at her, I'm like, wow, she's accomplished so much and she's single. Like, maybe because, and maybe this people don't fit her standards, should she date down? I'm not gonna say that, but maybe she is overlooking some brothers that probably just, hey, I just want to do Uber for the rest of my life, or I just want to go ahead and just, work. I don't know. It could be anything, plumbing or be a bus driver, and I'm okay with it. And you can make good salary from that. I know some people. I know inflation is kind of crazy, but I know some people who actually make good money off doing that, and and the contributing to society. I think any legitimate job is a good thing, but the thing is, too, you still can encourage them and still date them and still build with them. I just think that she need to shift her mindset or paradigm to be like, I'm gonna be with this brother, at least he's got something going for himself, and I'm gonna take my money that I have. I may make more money than this brother, but I'm gonna go ahead and take my money that I have, and then we're gonna build something together. We're gonna use this money to invest in real estate. Like, we're gonna take back, and continuously to build something for our children, and instead of like, oh, you got to have the all package right now. So I think that was the whole thing, because you're not going to meet a lot of people that just have everything good, because like, how you going to have a successful marriage if you can't build nothing? Like, everything is just there. You're not going to have any stories, you're not going to have any struggle. And I think that's what's the biggest thing for her. I mean, she already have her money and things of that nature, so you kind of thinking like, okay, you've been making all this money, why you need your brother to make a whole bunch of money too? I mean, I get it, you got to have something going for himself. I'm not saying like just sitting on the couch and, like I said, Ayana said, play video games all day, don't got nothing going for himself, living at home. But if he's doing something, he has a legitimate job and is decent to the point that it's contributing to society, I think that's good. A woman should be like, okay, now he has the good qualities, he's family oriented, I'm gonna go ahead and be with this brother and build with him. Yeah, he don't make 6 figures or 7 figures like I do, but I'm gonna go ahead and just, as a woman, be in the yielded position and help him. And then you gotta look at the bigger picture. I just think that that's what Ebony Williams kind of failed to realize to do. But this is our whole preference. She wants, that's good that she has that drive, and she wants that push for her future partner or someone that she decides to commit her life to continue to be great. You should do that for each other. So God, he want us to be fruitful and multiply, right? That's in the beginning of the Bible, right? That's our whole purpose, though. It's really not a career. It's a continuously spread the word of God and just create families, right? And on earth, and that's the whole main thing he wants us to do. So I just think with Ebony Williams, I think she cleaned it up a little bit, but it's just some things that, hey, it's some good quality brothers out here, they're just working at UPS, working at the post office, doing essential things. It doesn't mean that they're average. They're not, she just don't want you to be complacent. But the thing is, though, stuff takes time, and sometimes you just gotta have to go with that and build with that brother and just look past the profession and be like, okay, well, at least he has something going for himself. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and go from there. So that's my thing on this. I want to keep repeating myself, but I want everyone else's thoughts and opinions about the whole Ebony Williams case. But it was a really interesting thing, man. So I just love the dialogue between her and Envy back and forth, man. And Charmaine was just trying to figure out, okay, and the other people in the co-hosts of Breakfast Club was like, what is exceptional? What is the definition of being exceptional? And then she simply explained it. So it's a good talk. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Do you think she was wrong for her comments a few days ago? When she talked about, hey, would you date a bus driver, and things of that nature, and she said, unless he owns the bus, so I mean, it could be the same thing. Like, okay, would you date someone who's a cook? Does he own a restaurant? Like, but if he's striving for that, that's cool, but if he's just there, okay, so you just got, it's just a whole broad thing, though. But I just think that she just had maybe just a little higher standard than the average person. It is what it is, though. It's just the delivery was off. Well, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. So I wrap this up. It's about 14.5 minutes long. So follow me on TikTok at YoungLeanJr395. I appreciate you guys. This is Young Lean Jr. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Was Ebony K. Williams right? Was DJ Envy right? Or you are neutral about this? I'm out. Deuces.